Politica all the way. Politica all the way. Politica all the way.
Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, and those watching all over the world, magandang buhay po sa inyo lahat. Ito po si Jojo A, and ito po ang Politika all the way. Ngayon po ang aking guest is actually an OFW before, no? So he knows practically, he's been all over the world, but he was based in Singapore, and he saw the rise of Singapore from medyo, not naman sinasabi nating mediocre, but the rise from rags to riches ba? Hindi naman tamang ganun. Basta yung kanyang rise into actual progress, yan, no? He's also a bit of history. He was a grand finalist in the Battle of the Brains before. He is an advocate of federalism more than anything else, but above all of these things, a very good friend of mine, a true patriot by heart, and he's up really for those change in government, especially now sa lahat ng nakikita natin at nangyayari sa mundo natin. Sa Pilipinas especially, kailangan natin ng isang Orion Perez Dumdum. Orion, pare.
Bro, good to see you, man.
Good to see you. Pare,
Grabe.
iba yung ano natin iniinom natin ngayon, kape.
Oo, kape, pare.
Dapat, nung last time nagkasama tayong ganito, ang iniinom natin, bote.
Oo nga, bro.
I'll drink to that.
I'll drink to that. Oo,
Meron pang,
dati yung sa bahay mo, di ba?
oo nga, meron pa tayong pagkatapos ng mga
Karaoke
issues.
pa tayo nun.
Karaoke naman,
Oo,
di ba? But
Oo.
welcome to the program, pare
Thank you,
ko.
man. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And how have you been? Let's talk about ano muna, because it's been a long time. How have you been?
Well,
You're now based here. The last
I'm
time we
based
were
here, and
together.
I'm very busy with PGMN, and of
Mm.
course the advocacy.
Mhm.
Actually, there's an upcoming hearing sa House of Representatives on basta a few weeks from now, I'll be a resource person there.
Mhm.
So I'll be talking about yung mga changes na kinakailangan talaga, no? And every time there's a need to talk about it, I'll be there.
Mhm. You're talking about changes in government.
Changes in the structure, changes in the economic system,
The
changes in
system.
the structure of territorial administration, the form of government, anything that can help improve the Philippines based on best practices, global best practices.
You've been around, pare ko. No?
Yeah,
You've been
yeah.
around all over Singapore, Asia, some of the countries. Ano muna what is truly lacking muna? You see in the Philippines right now,
Okay.
as comparatively.
Fundamentally, we have a lack of jobs in the Philippines, a severe lack of economic opportunities for our people. So yun yung pinaka-basic talagang problema natin. Wala masyadong trabaho, wala masyadong economic opportunities. And I noticed that the reason why we have that problem is yung konstitusyon natin, sa ligang batas natin, kontra sa pagpasok ng mga foreign investors. Nakita ko naman sa pagiging Singapore-based ko for more than 20 years, dun sa Singapore, yung secret weapon nila, kung paano sila yumaman, sa pagiging sobrang bukas sa pagpasok ng foreign investors. Sabi ni Lee Kuan Yew dati, wala akong pakialam sino yung mga kumpanya, sino may-ari ng kumpanya, kahit foreigner man yan o local, basta lumikha sila ng trabaho para sa ating mga fellow Singaporeans, yun ang importante.
Actually, I
Diba?
agree with you on that. Actually, yung federalism nga, pinag-uusapan
Oo,
din natin
oo.
yan. No, but before we get into that, you're talking about opening up FDIs, no?
Yes, yes.
Foreign direct investors
Yes, exactly.
in the Philippines.
In the Philippines,
So,
yes.
making it more
Hospitable.
and
FDI
conducive
friendly.
for them, no, to do
Yes,
business here.
yes.
Pero bakit ayaw nila?
Yun nga, ayaw ng mga foreign investors pumasok dito dahil nakikita nila agad dun sa Constitution pa lang,
Oh.
ayaw natin. Meron tayong 60-40. Yung ibang bansa, walang ganun eh.
So ibang
Baga,
bansa walang
yung
ganun.
Sa ibang
Alright.
bansa, dun sa constitutional level pa lang, wala silang ganun. So ang nangyayari sa atin, for example, pag yung mga
You're talking about ownership.
ownership of companies.
Companies in real
Oo.
estate, properties, or on the whole?
Generally speaking, the most important part is the corporate ownership part.
Okay.
Okay? There are some countries na kahit nga hindi sila nag-aalaw na maging may-ari ng land yung at least open sila sa pagmamay-ari ng kumpanya. 'Di ba? Dito sa atin, meron tayong Article 12 na ang dami-daming mga sinasabing 60-40, ganito, 'di ba? Ganito, ganyan. Na nakikita nila 'yun eh. Kasi what these companies do when they're in their board nagmo-board meeting sila. So, ganyan. So, hey guys, where are we going to invest next? Ganyan, sasabihin ng iba. Let's go over there to the Philippines.
The
They,
Philippines,
they,
right.
they speak really great English, let's go over there. They
Yeah.
speak good English, and they're really good hard workers. They know exactly how to do things, and they're very compatible with us Westerners. Ganyan sila.
Right.
So, sige, Philippines.
Mm.
Tapos, sasabihin ng isang auditor nila, teka, wait. You can't just go to the Philippines. You got to compare with other countries in the area. Ganyan sila. So, sige, gagawin nila.
Yeah, I can imagine that's
Magko-compare
exactly
sila.
how they were
Oo,
saying it, even with the
magko-compare.
accent, pare.
Di ba? Oo, di ba? Ganon. O magko-compare sila.
Oo.
So, sige, Philippines. Top of mind nila yung
Top of mind,
Philippines eh. Pero titingnan din nila yung Thailand, titingnan nila yung Malaysia, titingnan nila yung Singapore, titingnan nila yung Vietnam at saka Indonesia. Tapos, una nilang titingnan, constitution. Okay. All right, guys, so let's check out the constitutional level. Is there anything wrong there? Tapos, red flag tayo
Red flag,
pagdating dun sa constitutional restrictions.
And that's the very first thing that
First
they see
thing,
is
oo.
the ownership.
Yes, tayo lang yung may
clause.
ganyan eh.
Yeah, right.
Kasi yung Thailand, walang ganyan.
Mhm.
Yung Malaysia, walang ganyan. Singapore, walang
Right.
ganyan. Vietnam, walang ganyan. China, walang ganyan.
Oo.
Indonesia. Di ba lahat sila wala? Tayo lang.
It's too much of a risk for them to come in. No?
Oo, tas,
Oo.
ay, ganyan pala.
Oo.
Alam pa nila yung nangyari noong 2013.
Mhm.
Kasi kinasuhan yung Federal Express, yung
Mhm.
FedEx.
O FedEx.
Na sinabi merong mga dalawang kumpanya, Ace and Merit, mga freight forwarding companies yun na local.
Mhm.
Tinira nila yung FedEx na ano daw. FedEx is a public utility.
Mhm.
Pero public utility daw si FedEx. Hindi, alam naman natin
Oo,
na
yeah,
hindi,
yeah,
di ba?
yeah.
Pero sinabing public utility daw si FedEx. Tapos, umabot sa korte, dumating sa Court of Appeals, sinabi ng Court of Appeals, yes, they are a public utility. They are constitutionally in violation of our laws. Ganyan. So parang, yung nandun ako sa Singapore, parang aliskado ako sa mga kaibigan kong mga puti. Hey, Ron, what's going on, mate? You're fucking country, mate. Ginaganon ako. Hey, your country, mate. Parang inano ka. Yung FedEx ginaganon, hindi naman sila public utility.
Right.
So, alaskado ako. Tapos, syempre, nainis ako. Ba't ganon?
Mhm.
So, parang isa sa mga red flags yun eh. Yung, ginanon ninyo yung FedEx na hindi naman pala siya public utility. Tapos ngayon, lahat ng ibang mga kumpanya ayaw nang pumasok or natatakot nang pumasok.
Is this the same thing that happened with Grab Philippines?
Something similar to that. An even bigger one happened with Angkas.
Angkas.
Angkas,
Okay.
pare itong Angkas. Ang founder ng Angkas ay itong si Angeline Tam.
Okay.
Singaporean siya.
Singaporean. Okay.
Singaporean. Ngayon, nung nag-a-apply siya for the permits, the business permits, syempre pinayagan siya ng DTI, SEC, and the BOI na, okay yan, kasi kayo IT company kayo gumagawa kayo ng app. You're making an app for ride-hailing. That's an IT company. Okay, approve. Bigla na lang sumisikat na itong si Angkas.
When it was making money.
When it was becoming sikat na. Bigla na lang marami mga, siguro tricycle operator, mga jeepney operator, mga, mawawalan kami ng dyan, kita dahil dyan.
Right.
They lobbied the LTFRB na, huy, ipagbawal niyo naman yan. I-sanction. Sabi ni LTFRB dun sa Angkas, kayo, in violation kayo kasi Singaporean yung CEO nyo, Singaporean yung majority shareholder nyo, public utility kayo Ginanon sila na public utility daw.
Public utility na naman.
Oo, ganun na naman daw. Pare. Tapos, buti na lang, si Angeline Tam is married to a Filipino.
When marriage works for you.
Si George Royeca.
Okay.
So ang nangyari, sabi ni siguro, I'll just recreate. Okay, Han, you know these people are making it so hard for us, ha? Diba? Singaporean, diba?
Yeah.
So I think Hani, I think it's better that I give you all my shares and you become the new CEO. Ayan, si George Royeca na Pinoy. Okay.
Okay.
Sige.
Yeah, we're married anyway.
We're married anyway.
What's mine is yours and what's yours is yours.
Exactly.
Wala na yun.
Diba? Diba? So yung shares at yung pangalan ng pagiging CEO nasa kanya. On the sidelines na lang si Angeline. Edi end of story. Hindi na sila maharas ng LTFRB. Pero hindi lahat ng kumpanya may ganyan 'Di ba kaya nga ngayon si
So
FedEx
dapat
nandiyan
yata
pa.
lahat ng kampanya mag-asawa ng Pilipino, gano'n.
Parang gano'n yata, 'di ba? 'Di ba?
Oo.
So kumbaga ang nangyayari sa Pilipinas, nabababoy yung economic system natin
Right,
dahil
right.
sa yung mga
Too much politics,
too
I
much
think,
politics,
no?
eh,
Yeah,
'di ba?
oo, laging gano'n naman,
Tapos
eh, 'di ba?
tapos yung bang tinatawag nating deliberate misrepresentation of etong kumpanyang 'to hindi naman siya public utility tapos sasabihin yung public utility, 'di ba? Hindi naman, eh. So gano'n yung mga problems, 'di ba? So siyempre that news travels fast around the world.
Around the world, correct.
So
oo.
yung mga kumpanya na gusto sana sa Pilipinas dahil magagaling mag-English at saka maraming mga engineer, maraming mga ano tayo,
Oo,
mga
oo.
magagaling na professional, sasabihin nila, "Ay doon na lang tayo sa Vietnam mag-ano."
Oo.
Tapos yung mga bisor, mga manager, kuha na lang tayo sa Pilipinas.
That's right. Oo.
Gano'n lang ginagawa
Oh,
nila.
kasi what happens if the very same people, you bring them abroad, they perform and they perform well.
Exactly.
Tapos
Exactly.
ano sila, there's also, I don't know if it is politically correct to say, there's some degree of fear factor that they don't want to mess up. di ba?
Exactly,
Dahil
exactly.
nga, nandun sila sa ibang bansa, no? But, so it's all cultural, not just political, but cultural as well, di ba?
Parang gano'n, eh.
Parang ganun
gano'n.
nangyayari. You've been abroad for a long time, di ba?
I would say culturally, we Filipinos were a function of our systems, eh. So actually if you think about it, ang daming ibang mga bansa na long ago, parang Pinoy din sila. Pati nga yung Europe long ago, parang
Right,
Pinoy
right.
din, eh. May feudalism din naman sila, may mga dynasty rin sila. Kasi gano'n naman talaga yung depende sa economic level ng bansa. No? Kunyari yung time na yun, puro sila feudal and agricultural. Yung kultura nila, nandun sila sa medyo dynasty
Right,
yung dating.
right.
They all pass through the same things. The difference is, they were able to go through industrialization and they were able to go through yung period of rapid economic development, which we have not yet been able to go through.
I think in addition to that, yung while they're all gaining this so-called progress, no, that much needed for them, for their communities. I think their of justice, the justice system that they have also progressed with the economic progress that they were
Oh yes, yes.
enjoying at the time.
Oh
no?
yes, definitely, definitely.
Kasi parang it goes hand in hand, eh. Dito kasi parang katulad what you said kanina, na obviously these companies are not they're not public utilities, Para bang common sense will tell you na what are these people saying,
Ba't nila mini-misrepresent?
Yes, di ba? So, hindi ba nila alam na hindi naman talaga? So, where's the justice there? So, yung justice system, parang na-play around there at one
Oo
point.
nga, yes, yes, that's the problem.
So, where do we go from here now?
Well, we have to just continue, I would say we have to continue educating ordinary Filipinos, particularly the so-called educated people. Kasi sometimes, yung pushback, yung mga kumukontra sa mga reforma, are not among the not so educated. It's among the educated people sa
Right.
Philippines eh.
Right.
Usually based on partisan si ganito na hindi ko gusto, pro siya dito, kaya kung pro siya diyan, ayoko yan. May mga ganun sila eh.
Yun nga, yung di ba, yung opposing for the sake of opposition,
Yes,
that's what I
yes.
always say. So, nawawala yung talagang dapat na vision, one vision for a good nation, nawawala because of personal politics.
Yeah, yeah.
Di ba?
Nagiging partisan.
Yeah, oo.
Nagiging partisan yung mga tao. So parang wala yung objectivity. Yung
Alright.
hanapin natin yung tamang sistema regardless of the personalities involved. Let's go look for the best system in place.
Politica all the way. Politica all the way. Politica all the way.
Ako galit na galit ako sa fake news eh.
Oo.
So and fake news can come from everywhere. It can
Especially with today's technology.
Yes,
Oo,
yes. It can
diba?
come from anywhere. Tapos may mga fake videos pa, mga ganyan,
Oo.
di ba? But now, it's actually possible for us to do our own research. Kasi
Correct.
ngayon, hindi lang sa Google, pero may AI na. So you
Mm.
can ask questions
Correct.
and the AI will do the research for you. You want to know
Oo
more
nga, no?
about this, it's easier now.
Tama yung sinabi mo yun. It goes both ways eh. Even if with the of proliferation of this fake news, on the other side of the other side naman, there's also the technology to find out whether these news are real and authentic and
Yes.
correct, no? So it's just
Exactly.
a matter of just checking,
Oo,
check and
maging
balances.
masipag lang tayo.
Maging masipag lang tayo. How do you see this AI na to? Parang scary, di ba?
Scary din. I mean, it's double-edged eh. So
Oh,
there's
yeah,
the
oh.
scary side, there's also the good side.
The good
Yun
side,
nga,
right? Oh.
yung automation of research that
Mm.
makes things a lot easier. Kasi long ago, mag-google ka, at just magbabasa ka ng article na napakahaba,
Mm.
tapos within the article may makikita kang facts. O sige, mag-google ka na naman based on that
Oh, based on that. Oh, right.
to learn that. So now with AI, parang na-automate mo
Mm.
yung mga stuff na yon na pwede
Mm.
mo, can you do some deep research on this particular phenomenon? Ganyan.
Mm.
So hahanapin niya yung
Hahanapin niya.
meron siyang nahanap, hahanapin niya yung nahanap niya, hahanapin, parang treasure hunt.
Mm.
It can do that. So,
Mm.
you know, a lot of these questions that are usually considered hard to find, na naghanap ka ng libro, may minention yung libro,
Mhm.
tapos hinanap mo yung minention niya,
Mm.
nagbasa ka na naman ito,
Mhm.
hinanap mo naman, yung ganun-ganun. You're able to do that now with AI.
Alam mo, pare, of late, I've been following your body of work. I've always been a big admirer of yours,
Thanks,
pare
bro.
ko, di ba? Noong pa man, kaya tayo naging magkaibigan
Kaya
na
nga
sabi ko. Alam mo yun, just a bit of trivia. The first time kasi I saw Ryan, siguro mga pre-pandemic pa yun eh.
Oo,
Nagsasalita ka about
2016 pa yata,
oh, di ba?
2016.
Federalism. Tapos sabi ko, uy, exactly what I have in mind. And here he
Yeah.
is, si Ryan, saying it in both Filipino, tapos English, British accent, Australian, lahat na, no? Pati, ano bang multilingual ka? Ano ba? Chinese.
Chinese.
You
Yeah,
can
a
also
little bit.
speak,
Yeah.
di ba? Oh, kasi sabi ko, galing nito. Tsaka yung yabang niya, tama lang eh. Yung panggulat lang,
Panggulat lang.
para masabihin mo na, you have to listen to me because I know what I'm talking about in different languages. So anyway, so yun na nga. So kaya ako tuwan-tuwa dahil nga when we became friends and then we are one when it comes to the actual of government system.
Yes,
of government.
yes.
Itong federalism pare kasi ito talaga ang gusto kong pag-usapan din natin.
Oo, importante yan.
That's why I invited you over. Dahil ngayon ang sinasabi nila, okay, kaya hindi maka-move yung ating mga leaders natin is because of the government, form of government, and the system of government.
Mm.
That's the very first question I want to ask you. Is that it, or we can make do and make this presidential type of government work?
We can't make this we cannot. It's really, itong sistema na meron tayo ngayon, itong presidential system, it's totally flawed talaga. Flawed. Design-wise, it's totally flawed. Academic research shows na medyo meron talagang problema yung pagdisenyo. Number one, yung sistema na meron tayo ngayon is actually very much like the Mexican system.
Okay.
Which is, you have a 6-year term, single 6-year term with no re-election. So kahit ang galing-galing ng tao, hanggang dyan ka lang, 6 years ka lang.
Tapos na.
Tapos, kung palpak naman siya, dun pa lang sa first year niya, o first 6 months pa rin niya, sobrang palpak, hihintayin mo talagang matapos niya yung 6 years na yan.
Oh, which is too
long.
Too long for a bad one.
For a bad one,
president.
oo. So, wala tayong ability to get rid of the lousy ones or allow the good ones to continue.
Yes, to continue.
So, we have a system that's like that. Plus, so there's this research by Dr. Yuko Kasiya of Keio University. Sinabi nga niya, and I actually met her in Singapore, and I also met her again when I went to Japan before for work. She basically said in that book, Presidential Bandwagon, Parties and Party Systems in the Philippines, that when we return to having that single 6-year term, na Mexican style, sexenyo ang tawag nila. In Mexico, they call it the sexenyo. So, 6-year term na hindi ka pwedeng magkaroon ng re-election kahit ang galing mo. 'Di ba? So 6-year term. Ang nangyari doon, nawala yung stability ng parang 2 major party system na meron tayo dati. So dati meron tayo yung tawag nito nationalista and we had liberal.
Yeah, liberal nationalista.
Diba? So those are the 2 main parties.
Right,
And then we had a few other parties na pumapasok pero mga minor lang sila. No? But these were the 2 major parties. And the reason for what happened was, in the old system where you had a president who could run for 4 years and then get re-elected for another 4 years.
This is how much, let me just cut you, sorry. This is similar to that of the
The
presidential system of the United States.
US.
Diba?
Yes.
Oh.
It's very similar.
Okay.
So we had a system somewhat like that.
Okay.
No? And in that system, because of the presence of the incumbent, So according to Dr. Yuko Kasia, the presence of the incumbent caused all those people who wanted to be challengers to the incumbent to be forced to consolidate among themselves. Meaning to say, ang dami-dami nilang gustong
So
sumabay.
united agad sila.
Pero,
May
oops,
unity.
etong taong to, being incumbent, malakas siya. So wala tayong choice. We have to choose the strongest among us. Pero nung nag-1987 Constitution tayo, so napagdating ng 1992 elections, si Cory, who was the incumbent, di na siya tumakbo, ang daming gusto nang tumakbo. Kaya nga ang dami-daming mga presidentiables na nagsilabasan, di ba? So, parang walang nag-give way na, sige, hindi, ako na lang muna. Tapos, sige sir, mag-ganon lang tayo, magsama-sama na tayo, we will campaign for you. Walang ganon. Each one wanted to challenge.
Right.
They wanted to go for the presidency kasi wala na yung incumbent. So ayun, nagkaroon tayo ng yung parang mukhang multi-party system na napaka-chaotic.
Actually, yun ang ginagamit talaga, multi-party system
yun
talaga.
Yun ang nangyari.
Wala na tuloy. Actually, wala nang loyalty to the advocacy and loyalty to the vision. What happened is more loyalty to the party and loyalty to the people involved, personalities in government involved.
Exactly,
Diba?
exactly.
Parang problema talaga natin, tayo talaga no?
I really think I really think, bro, it's the design of the system. So the same problems that we have are very evident in Latin America kasi yung mga sistema natin pareho din sa sistema nila. Naka-presidential, tapos direct
and they're
voting.
Not progressing also.
They're also, they're problematic like us.
Problematic us.
Kasi yung sistema natin is actually Latin American yung style natin.
So talagang talagang yung constitutional change of constitution is charter change
it's
rather.
Absolutely necessary.
Charter change more than any time in our history is very important.
Very, very important.
Diba?
Absolutely necessary. So, we need to shift away from this totally dysfunctional presidential system that we have, which has been proven by academic research. Number one, the academic research by Yuko Kazuya shows, yun nga, yung pagiging single 6-year term natin, naging magulo yung party system natin. And then there's also the research of other political scientists like Dr. Juan Lintz, Dr. Arendt Leibhardt, Dr. Fred Riggs. Puro sila nagsasabi na parliamentary systems are actually much more stable compared to presidential systems.
On a personal note, pare, you know me naman na talagang medyo dun lang ako, isa yun sa mga naging disappointment ko with Digong
Hindi niya nagawa.
Hindi niya nagawa. Yun ang hinihintay ko talaga kasi alam mo naman,
we were pushing for that.
We were pushing for that. You gave me the blessing as one of the core members of the core. Di ba?
We were
Federalism. Hindi na pursue. We could have that would have been a best legacy for him.
I know what happened there kasi nga ito yung nangyari 2018 nagkaroon nung CONCOM niya, yung tawag nito
Constitutional Convention.
Yung niya, yung tawag consultative committee.
Consultative committee,
Ito yung nakikita kong naging problema ni Tatay Digong. He put too many lawyers there in the group. And not enough economists, not enough political scientists, not enough experts on systems of government. Puro lawyer. So, ang nangyari, ang dami sa mga tao doon, hindi naman nila alam pala kung yung parliamentary at saka federalism. Hindi nila alam yun. So, yung disenyo nila, hindi ganun kaganda. Plus, hindi pa nila tinanggal yung 60-40. Hindi nila tinanggal doon sa ginawa nilang draft, yung bayanihan draft na yun. So, nung pininisenta yung bayanihan draft doon sa gabinete, yung economic cluster, yan sina Secretary Sani Dominguez, yung mga yan, kumontra sila sa draft. Uy, teka, nandito pa rin yung 60-40, hindi nyo tinanggal? Ano to? Tapos, yung sistema nyo ng federalism, kukolektahin nyo yung mga taxes nationally, tapos i-redistribute. Di parang system natin ngayon yan.
Exactly.
Hindi pala yan tunay na federalism. Ganun. Ang daming mga nakita nilang mga loopholes. So, napuwersa ngayon yung talagang binatikos ng gabinete yung mga economic cluster. Sina Benjamin Jokno, yung sa Central Bank, lahat sila finance. Inano nila, talagang binusisi nila yung draft. And then lumabas si Tatay Digong na puwersang, okay, mukhang may problema nga, may maraming butas yung draft na to. ayusin natin. So he called for an IATF, an
Mhm.
interagency task force,
Mhm.
which would fix that draft.
Mhm.
And ako, nandun ako sa Singapore, working in my IT job.
Oo.
Tinawagan ako ng mga kaibigan ko dun sa yung Federalism Study Group, who wrote a book. Ako, I was also a co-author in that book. Ano yan? Quest for a Federal Republic. Yun yung book na yan. It's available in National Bookstore. Tinawagan ako na, uy, baka pwede tayong tumulong dito sa pag-aayos nito. So yun, nag-Zoom meeting kami, ganyan. And then we finally fixed it. It took basically a year, no, to fix that. And then it was scheduled to be rolled out. May soft launch in November of 2019, soft launch lang.
Mhm.
And then the real hard launch was supposed to happen in March, April of 2020.
Mhm.
But come January 2020, sumabog itong si Taal.
Oh,
Di,
yeah.
evacuation. Tapos
Right.
bigla na lang nagkaroon pa ng COVID-19.
Right. Oo.
So yung COVID-19 dumating mga late February, early
Yeah.
March.
Yeah.
Yung supposedly hard launch na gagawin doon sa mga reforma, hindi na natuloy.
Hindi na natuloy.
Politica all the way. Politica all the way. Politica all the way.
Bakit di pinursue nitong after itong it's supposed to be? 'Di ba? May time naman to
Yun nga
to revisit, 'di ba?
Oo. Kailan ba natapos yung COVID, I think natapos in 2022 na eh.
Right. Yeah, but there was still a lot of time, I think, no, even after the COVID.
Yeah.
Oh. And I think for me, more than any time in government, that was just about the time that they had all the time in the world
I know.
to sit down and put it into work. That kind of what they finally resolved in that IATF. Yun na sana dapat.
Yun na nga
diba?
sana eh. But this is the system that we have. The system that we have is not one based on continuity. Every single 6-year term is a totally new
Right.
universe altogether, di ba?
Wala.
So di ba? Yun yung wala tayong continuity like in a parliamentary system. In Singapore, you will have it's the same party. Tapos sometimes sasabihin si Lee Hsien Loong, the old prime minister, he stepped down and let Lawrence Wong become the new prime minister. The policies are pretty much the same. It's
Parliamentary system
parliamentary
sila. Kasi prime
system
minister,
sila eh.
di ba?
Prime minister sila eh. So,
ang prime minister din na meron is Britain, no?
yes, Australia.
Australia. Pero
Canada.
meron siyang of monarchy.
May monarchy sila as the ceremonial head of state.
Okay.
So in places like Singapore or India or Germany, you don't have a monarchy, but they have a president who is ceremonial, who acts
okay.
like a ceremonial
Yes,
monarch.
Well,
Ganun din.
for consultation purposes lang also, di ba?
Oo.
Kasi baka mamaya papalit na rin tayo, hindi na Pilipinas, maharlikans na tayo.
Yeah,
di ba?
posible,
Ito, sino kaya pwede nating ilagay na monarchy?
Kaya nga
Di ba?
kaya
Maghahanap na rin tayo. Di ba?
Oo.
Pero you think the one that would really actually work? No, before we get into that, for those who want to see the very basic fundamentals and yung in layman's term, no, para marinig nila, kasi there's no one else that can give this light than you, pare. Ano talaga ang federalism sa mga hindi nakaka-grasp ng actual in layman's terms yan.
Okay. So yung federalism, yan yung magbibigay sa atin ng economic decentralization na kailangan natin para hindi lamang ang Metro Manila or ang Imperial Manila ang nakikinabang. Hindi lang yung Imperial Manila ang nagkakaroon ng maraming mga magagandang trabaho, magagandang gusali, magagandang mga developments, kundi yung buong bansa, all the regions and the different provinces. Kasi ang kailangan natin, we need to have multiple economic centers. We cannot have everything in Metro Manila and then everything else is
Lahat puro NCR.
wala.
No?
O puro NCR lang. Di ba? Kaya tayo nagkaka-traffic ng sobre.
Right.
Kasi nandito na lahat ng tao eh.
Right. So,
Diba?
Decentralization of economics, decentralization of jobs, decentralization of even the government agencies,
Yes,
no? To bring it
dapat
outside,
ganon.
di ba?
Dapat ganon.
Oo. So, lahat yan magsusunod-sunod na, even the
Oo.
traffic, even the
Everything.
So, you think part of yung corruption, mawawala ba yan?
It will lessen.
Makokontrol ba ang flood control?
So, it will lessen. Kasi, una, part of the reason why nagiging madaling maging corrupt sa sistema na meron tayo ngayon. Kasi parang meron tayong unitary system na ang dami mong tinitingnan. So ang dami-dami mong kinakailangan tingnan, hindi mo mahanap yung mabusisi yung mga sobrang saan yung mga gulo o saan yung mga anomalya. But when you subdivide the country into more easily manageable bits, the people handling those bits are able to look at yung may anomalya dito, ganyan. Plus, yung dynamics niya mangyayari, these different subunits have to compete against each other,
right.
in terms of trying to make themselves more attractive to investors. So, puresado sila na linisin nila yung kanilang lugar na yung bureaucracy imbis na 500 steps to get a business permit, 500. Gawin mong 5 na lang, 'di ba? So, you will do everything to make it easier for businesses. You have to make things cleaner, more transparent, etc.
Yeah.
'Di ba?
Tsaka
Sila lahat mag-ano.
In doing so also, yun, makikita nyo, sabi nga ni Ryan, tama yan, I agree. That's why I'm one of those staunch supporters of the federal system. Kasi easily makikita mo who's performing and who's not.
Exactly,
No?
exactly.
Location, bukod sa location, bukod sa tao who's in charge of that location. No? Kumbaga, again, in layman's terms, pag sinabi mo, sinong governor dyan? Ito pala, ang sama ng lugar
Walang
niyo.
kwenta,
Walang
di ba?
kwenta.
Tsaka yung mga
Easily
tao,
makikita.
yung mga taong nandun, tapos wala silang gana dun, aalis sila, lilipat sila sa mas
kabila.
maganda.
Sa Amerika nangyayari.
Ganun yung
yan,
nangyayari sa Amerika.
di ba?
Kaya in America, yung mga states, they compete against each other. Paminsan nga, pababaan pa sila ng taxes.
Ng taxes, right.
Di ba? So,
So,
yun,
full autonomy,
may
ganun
full
ba?
autonomy ka na ano. Of
Okay.
course, yung things like national defense and may FBI, may monetary system, they all use the dollar.
Right.
It's a foreign relations. That's handled by the national government or the federal government. So meron ganon. So I mean, the federalism, how does this fit into what we were talking about earlier? Originally, una kong sinabi was bringing in jobs by removing the anti-foreign investment restrictions. Bakit kailangan yung federalism? Kasi ayaw natin na pag nagsidatingan yung lahat ng mga foreign investors na yan, puro Metro Manila lang pupunta yan, yung mga yan.
Yeah.
We want them to be spread out to the different regions and provinces. So, imbis na sa Metro Manila magdadagsaan yung mga foreign companies na yan, gusto natin na yung mga heads of the different regions, sila yung nag-aakit ng mga investors.
Right,
O dito kayo sa amin, mas mababa kami yung
tama.
taxation namin. Di ba? Yung mga dito, mas mura yung lupa namin. Yung upa nyo, ganyan. So, yung iba't ibang mga regions, they will do everything they can to attract investors to come to their areas. Magde-develop yung mga yan. Ito rin Metro Manila, gaganda rin kasi kukunti yung sobrang dami ng tao. Yung pollution na meron tayo, yung congestion, mawawala.
Congestion.
Lahat. Gaganda rin ang Metro Manila.
Mag-ano sila pupunta na sila sa ibang lugar. Yung ibang babalikan na sa provinces.
Exactly.
Yung kay Bongo nun, kay Senator Bongo nun dati, yung balik probinsya, is it that somehow tied to the
It's similar. It's a similar
pero
thing.
different lang ang system niya.
Yeah, I mean, kasi nga, it's obviously, it's a stopgap measure na habang wala pa tayong federalism, let's do this as a way of having some form of federalism. Pero yun nga,
hindi rin nag-prosper eh.
kasi we don't have the overall infrastructure to make it happen. Kasi under the current system, the regions don't have their ability to lower taxes, to really make executive decisions that can make their areas much more attractive to investors.
Okay, when it comes to that, when you say they do not have the capacity or the legal capacity, if that's what's deterring them from doing so, bakit? Because it has to be on a national level. Does the Senate have to
right now,
and do they have that? Well, they have Congress because these are local representatives.
But
diba?
right now kasi nangyayari, the decision making is done at the national level. For these kinds of things, they are done at the national level. So if we had federalism, each of the different regions should have their ability to make the decisions for themselves.
Dapat pala si BBM, Mr. President, nanonood sa atin si Presidente, dapat pala executive order na lang muna, tinanggal na muna yung FDI. Anti-FDI.
Oo,
6 years lang, tanggal na muna to. Sino ba naman si Presidente naman talaga.
Kailangan talaga natin yun para, kasi tingnan mo, I mean, I feel bad when I see all the news about Vietnam getting all the
Investments,
investments,
Doon
di
nga
ba?
ako nagugulat
Di ba?
Di ba may chismis pa nga dati na supposed to be one of the biggest in Asia na also na Disney World was supposed to be
Oo.
here.
There were many companies that
And
were supposed to be here
here,
na dun pumunta.
doon nagpunta sa iba, di ba? And you know, like what you said, on top of mind agad Pilipinas, and then for some reason, what not unknown but known to us now, hindi pa rin na ginagawa ng action yung anti-FDI na yan, di ba? Or at least man lang yung maybe tweak it a little bit
Yun nga
to be more favorable to the foreign investors.
You know, this is where we're going now. Na I'm noticing that
Hmm.
some people who used to be against
Uh,
these reforms are now softening their stance, becoming more pro-reform. So, for example, si former Senator Franklin Drilon,
mhm.
or even si former Associate Justice of the Supreme Court, Antonio Carpio, eto mga to, may pagka-anti-charter change yung mga yan dati.
Mhm.
Ngayon, they're now open. Number one, they're open to loosening the anti-foreign
Oh.
investment restrictions in the Constitution. Why? Because they were pushing for PSA, yung Public Services Act amendments, to ease the foreign investment restrictions, to make it easier to come in without fixing the Constitution.
Mhm.
However, there's become a question, nagkaroon ng, I think someone raised the question to the Supreme Court, questioning the validity or the constitutionality of the PSA.
Hmm.
This is a circumvention mechanism
to make-
going against the Constitution, blah blah blah. And once the Supreme Court says this is in violation of the
Hmm.
Constitution,
Yun na.
it will pull the rug from under all these companies that are
Mm.
currently in the Philippines
Right.
operating because of the PSA amendments. So itong the people who are authoring it, so kasama din si Franklin Drilon, and then tumulong din si Justice Carpio, they feel that, nako, this is under fire yung ginagawa natin. We need to fix na ng the Constitution na talaga. Which is now good that they are now open to it. Before, they were so totally closed to it.
The president now has about barely 2.5 years to go, no?
Yes.
Which it can still be done.
That's the problem. I don't know if there's enough time. At least, I think, kung kahit man lang yung pagtatanggal ng anti-foreign investment restrictions, kahit yun lang, pwedeng gawin. I think. Pero kinakailangan talagang madalhin. Parang gawin natin, tapos ito lang ang gagawin natin. Kasi any question on structure of government, hahaba na naman ang usapan. Hindi na naman pamayari.
Well,
Oo, di ba?
executive order na lang, Mr. President.
Di ba?
Oh, at least you have 2 years of kaya lang, null and void na yata yan after, di ba?
Yeah, it's usually pag...
After next, tapos na yan, co-terminus eh.
Terminus o
Co-terminus.
or basta it doesn't have the same stability as legislation. If I'm not mistaken, ang EO, pwede pa rin yun yung EO ng previous, basta't hindi pa siya nasasapawan sa
bagong presidente.
EO. Okay pa rin yun.
Okay pala.
Pero kung yung new president, may finish na.
di ba?
Ayok na yun. Di ba, wawala na.
Exactly what we were talking about kanina. So, it now becomes a personality based. Pagka yung natin good terms, sabi na, teka, kaya yan eh. Di ba?
Sa previous yan,
Ayoko na yan. Okay, agad. So, kaya ako pa.
Yun ang problema ng sistema natin. We don't have the continuing thing. It's really ill-designed. So, yun kaya nga maganda yung una. Okay, so, recap. Tanggalin natin yung anti-foreign restrictions para dumami yung kumpanya sa Pilipinas, dumami yung mga trabaho. At para hindi naman sa Metro Manila lahat yung mga yan, mag-federalism tayo. Now, on the other hand, para naman magkaroon tayo ng magandang continuity at high-quality leadership. At kung yung leadership pumalpak, pwedeng madaling tanggalin, din pumapasok yung parliamentary system.
Politica all the way. Politica all the way. Politica all the way.
Pare, ito, let's go to the name drop thing, no? You know how it works. I'll say a name and then you drop anything that comes to mind. All right, so we start off with Rep. Eli San Fernando.
Minimum wage.
Minimum. Actually, it can actually work also.
Oo.
This is happening ni Eddie. Okay, Rep Sandro Marcos.
Anak. Parang yun naman.
Oh, right. Oh, anak, okay. Secretary Vince Dizon.
Magaling.
Magaling. Okay. Ombudsman Boying Remulla.
Hindi ko siya pilihan. Masyapit. Ay, I don't know what to say.
Okay. No, what being an ombudsman, you think is he performing as one in ombudsman should?
I was just going to say, if you said the name, I would have said ombudsman. I would have said ombudsman. That's what I would have said.
Okay, sige. Jimmy, Gloria Macapagal Arroyo.
Ayun, super arin.
Oh, okay. Super Arroyo, ha? Okay. Okay, sulat dito. Rep, Kiko, as yung pinapaya, Rep Pambasa, o Kiko Bazaga.
Nata-PJ man lang yun eh.
Ganun ba?
Pumapasok din sa team.
Oh,
ito siya. Kasama namin.
Okay, Rep Beatrots. Papasok na ba sa ulit o
Hindi ko alam yung latest. Pero, pwede, actually, I was thinking sabihin suspended.
Parang classes. Classes, suspended. Okay. Lenny Robredo.
Naga.
Naga.
Yung talaga yung pumapasok sa isip.
Yun agad.
Naga.
Kasi mo naman pare yata. Okay. Rodrigo Duterte.
Ayun, misunderstood. And
Misrepresented. You're talking about what? What's happening? Oh, kasi may malabas ngayon that sabi ng iba, it is being used now for political gain. Do you think?
I would say, well, I'm more concentrating on what's happening is ICC, because I think the problem there is, I don't think it should have been set there. I think we have functioning courts here in the Philippines. We could have done that here and now. I really think so. I mean, we have the facilities to do it. We have, number one, we also will have an easier time getting the witnesses to testify instead of having to fly them all the way there with so much expense and hassle. Dito sa Pilipinas ginawa sana kasi nandito naman yung mga witnesses.
But would it be too chaotic, like in the streets or politically chaotic for the country to have people?
I think it's going to be more. I think it's going to be more chaotic that now that it's being there and then. Yeah.
Or actually, we'll never know. Kasi baka, well, as it is, it's chaotic. It's done a bit of chaos already.
Yeah.
That's one thing for sure. Okay. Okay, tapos na tayo. Sara Duterte.
Anak. Anak din.
Okay. Last but not the least, of course, di ba naman? Sonny Trillanes.
Sundalong kanin. Yun narinig ko.
Yun naalala ko.
eh.
Okay. BBM, Ferdinand Marcos Jr.
I'd say trying his best.
Trying his best.
Mm-hmm.
If you were the president now, what would you do? Like you have 2.5 years.
Well,
What is the best thing that would,
I think he should, for himself also to he should remove the anti-colonial investigation. He doesn't have time to do any other things like federalism. Wala na sa oras. 2026 na yan eh. Tapos malapit ng 2028. Pero at least man lang yung removing the anti-foreign investment. Yun dapat. From the very beginning, yun dapat inuuna eh. Kasi para pumasok yung mga trabaho eh.
Simple basic business will tell you, other people's money. Pasasok mo yung pera, hindi mo naman gagawin, hindi mo, diba? That's what my father told us eh.
Yes.
Money, other people's money, you invest it, you make it work, you work together, be fair, be just, be honest. And then if you bring them in, well, kasi basically that's other people's money. Exactly, papasok dito. That's the best way of making and doing business. So it's good for everyone.
It's good for everyone. Bro, ito, meron akong insight na mamit. Alaala mo yung last December 25, meron tayo isang
napakagaling na tech giant na taga Pilipinas, pero nandun sa Silicon Valley nakatira dati, namatay siya. Dado Banatao. Dado Banatao. So he was basically a guy who engineered all these parang may mga graphics chips and all that na ginawa. Now, he actually excelled in the US. Bakit sa US? Ba't hindi dito? Kasi yung environment, yung economic environment ng US, nandiyan yung dami-daming mga capital, ang daming pera. And yung mga venture capitalists doon sa US, yung pera na yan, ang dami na yan, galing sa other parts of the world. Hindi naman galing sa US ng lahat. Right. Kung dito sa Pilipinas, naging bukas tayo sa pagpasok ng maraming investors, we would have so many venture capitalists, a lot of funding that would be easily able to fund so many technopreneurs who have good ideas.
Right.
But because we are so hostile to foreign investors, yung mga katulad ni Dado Banat, nandun sa US,
That's right. And it would have generated a lot of jobs.
it would have generated lots of jobs here. We would not have needed to send so many millions of Filipinos working abroad as well.
Right. I mean, you're one of those, pare, one of those brilliant minds that had to leave momentarily, but now he just catch up with you. It's caught up with you, and it's not to pay back. Happy that love you so much, and God bless your soul, pare, ko, for being here and being very nationalistic and still have his love for the Filipinos, no? Okay, pare, ang go-to song natin, alam ko na eh. Everybody wants to rule the world, di ba? Everybody wants to rule the world. Thank you very much. Parang thank you for making time. I hope to have you back again soon. Thank you, bro. And say hi to the listeners for me.
Definitely, bro. Thank you.
Orahin po sa Politika All the Way.
Politica all the way.
Okay, maraming salamat muli to Orion. Thank you very much for being in Politica All the Way. In recap, sabi po niya kanina, red flag daw po ang ating constitution dahil po sa ating anti-foreign investments, foreign direct investments, no? So medyo natatakot sa atin ang ating mga bansa mag-invest sa atin because of our flawed constitution. Another thing about flawed constitution is yung presidential system daw po natin is really flawed and it's time to change it. And more than any time in our history, ngayon po natin talaga dapat ayusin na, no? Para po tayo umusad na bilang bansa. And in doing so, if we have the federal system type of government, made-decentralize po natin ang economy. So lalabas po yan, meaning it will generate more jobs and it will give more opportunities po sa ating mga kababayan. So, thank you very much. At dyan po nagtatapos ang Politika All the Way. Lagi po natin tatandaan, diskusyon po lamang ito, hindi po away. Puro opinion lang po, hindi to personal. And this is Jojo A. Peace and love.
Politica all the way.